PGO. Justin Thomas is the PGA champion.
Touchdown, Georgia. North Carolina. They're not going to be denied this time.
In just over a half hour from now, an expected crowd of more than 66,000 excited fans will be packed into Gillette Stadium, where the New England Patriots will host the Tennessee Titans in an AFC Divisional playoff showdown. Weather should not be a major factor, but it will be a cold night in Foxborough with temps in the 20s under clear skies.
And there is Tom Brady, playoff game number 35 for the quarterback. Home in the playoffs, he's 17-3, and he's 6-0 versus Mike Mularkey coach teams.
And there's a superstar running back, Derrick Henry, right there. Last week had 23 carries for 156. He's going to have to do whatever it takes to leave his stamp on every drive like Henry Ford.
Here's running back on the other team, the Patriots. That's Dion Lewis. The last 6 weeks, second in the NFL in rushing, only behind Todd Gurley. I'd say he's hot.
Yeah, I'd say he's hot, too. Here's one that's hot, Marcus Mariota. He was Jim Thorpe last week against the Kansas City Chiefs. He did it all. He passed, he ran, and he threw the block for Derrick Henry that sealed the victory for the Tennessee Titans.
Stand by to move right. Ready, one? Take one. Stand by to bring it back. Take four.
We'll record on 43.
3, 2, 1.
And hello, everyone. I'm James Brown. Our playoff coverage continues tonight as Tom Brady and the Patriots begin their postseason title defense. They'll host Marcus Mariota and the Titans, who are coming off their shocking upset of the Kansas City Chiefs. The winner of that one awaits tomorrow's big Week 5 rematch between the Jags and Steelers. Pittsburgh will look to forget the 30-9 spanking, which included 5 Big Ben picks. Tomorrow, Drew Brees and the Saints take their act to Minnesota for a showdown against Case Keenum and the Vikings, who have their sights set on a Super Bowl 52 home game. Those two teams will find out their opponent in just a bit as the Falcons and Eagles continue to battle it out in Philly as we speak, with the Eagles leading the Falcons by the score of 15-10. And that all comes your way on a special Saturday playoff edition of the NFL Today, presented by Southwest Airlines. Folks, here inside the cozy confines of Studio 43, I'm joined at the desk by our football savants, Phil Simms, Coach Bill Cowher, Nate Burleson, and Boomer Esiason. This is the Patriots' time of the year.
Yeah, you talk about this time of the year, and there's been a lot of talk up in New England about the discord between Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. Trust me, that will not be a distraction. I think if anything, it would just heighten the resolve for both these guys. And it's probably created an edginess in that building that really, when you look at Tom, you look at Bill, they thrive in those type of conditions, Bill.
You know, Coach, you talk about the offense a lot of the New England Patriots, but how about the defense? You know, the first 4 games, they gave up an average of 32 points a game, and then the next 12, it was about 14 points a game. 6 red zone takeaways, 4th best red zone defense in football. No defensive tackle Alan Branch tonight, 6'6", 350-pound human dump truck, as Phil likes to describe him.
That's right.
But he's not going to be there tonight, and that's going to be important because Derrick Henry is a difference maker, as we saw last week. But this defense under Matt Patricia is really rounding into shape this time of year.
All I'm hearing is New England, New England, New England. You guys realize there's another team in this game, right?
We do.
And there's another quarterback. Marcus Mariota is a guy over the last couple weeks that has put his signature on games. I remember that stiff arm to get these guys into the playoffs. And then last week, throwing the ball to himself, and then that big block. He's out there willing his team into victories. I love the fact that regardless of what happened in the regular season, we were talking about how much he turned the ball over. He is reinventing himself, and there's no better time than now. Going up against a guy who was almost twice his age, biggest moment of his career.
Well, Coach, you want me to go first? Yeah. All right, well, let me talk about, or I should say last. How can the Tennessee Titans find a way to win this game? Everybody, of course, is picking the Patriots, and here's how you can do it. Can you keep New England's offense from 24 points or lower? If you do that, that is going to be great. And also, you've got to work the clock if you're the Tennessee Titans. Take every play down to the last few seconds, then run the play. Take New England's possessions from 11, try to take them down to 9. If you can do that, it greatens your chance to win. Dare New England to run the football. Play pass coverage. Put 8 guys back there because you can do a lot of different things. And if you can keep Mike Mularkey, if you can keep this game close until the 4th quarter, you have a chance to steal.
Mike Mularkey right there, texted with him earlier this week, take an unorthodox approach to the game like you talked about, Phil. Shorten the game.
Shorten the game.
You know what, Phil will come back at me later, but do you have that Flavor Flav clock anywhere under that desk so we'll let him know when it's his turn?
Yeah, boy.
And as we continue to discuss this matchup, don't worry, Boomer, it's on you. Let's check in now in Foxborough with our guys who'll be calling tonight's divisional showdown, Jim Nance and Tony Romo. Hello, fellas.
Hello there, my friend. All you folks back in the studio. The temperature's dropped about 40 degrees since early this morning. It is cold, but I got to tell you, both teams aren't concerned about it. Even Tennessee says we practice outside. That's not a factor for us. You got these two quarterbacks, though, ready to go. Brady and the Patriots coming off the bye, and Mariota and the Titans coming off that big comeback win.
Well, I tell you what, if you believe in miracles, you might have one tonight. This is going to be an outstanding game. Everyone's picking New England. You're coming into Gillette Stadium. Very few teams have come in here and won in January. This is going to be outstanding to watch. Tom Brady didn't play his best month of football this last month, and this guy, Marcus Mariota right here, carried his team in that second half. He's got to do it. He's got to play great. Jim, you know this. When he's healthy, he plays his best football. He told us he's the healthiest he's been all year. Well, he needs to step up and play like it.
All right, the running backs, that's another thing to watch tonight, because Dion Lewis, over the last 7 weeks of the regular season, was the leading rusher in the league. And Derrick Henry, look at the numbers against the Chiefs. 156, over 100 in the second half alone.
Yeah, and I tell you, he's actually gotten in there. When he puts his foot in the ground and goes downhill, you do not want to tackle a guy of this size, especially in this weather. It wears on you. It's difficult, and they know that. They're going to want to run downhill over and over again tonight.
Okay, can't wait to get it started. JP, let's send it back to you guys in New York.
All right, Jim and Tony, and we, of course, are looking forward to your call of the game. But right now, folks, we welcome in our NFL Today insider. That would be Jason Lockenfora, who is the latest on a couple of Patriots coaches who could be on the move. Hello, Jason.
Well, JB, the Pats expect to lose both their coordinators when the season ends, which could be as soon as tonight, especially if the Titans follow Phil's plan. Matt Patricia there, you see him, the Detroit Lions covered him. He's at the top of their list. And Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator of the Patriots, ditto for the Indianapolis Colts. And then the New York Giants, they're still considering both those men for their opening as well. So they will be departing guys. And Bill Belichick, he'll be shuffling his staff in 2018.
All right, Jason, thank you so very much. And, folks, on a sad note, we lost another broadcast legend last night when the iconic Keith Jackson passed away at the age of 89. It could be said that Keith Jackson himself was the granddaddy of them all, the man whose voice was synonymous with college football for ABC Sports for 40 years is credited with bestowing that title on the Rose Bowl, a game he called 15 times, more than any other announcer. Between 1966 and 2006, Jackson also covered the NFL, including as the first play-by-play announcer for Monday Night Football in 1970, along with baseball, NBA, golf, the Olympics, boxing, and auto racing. His work earned him multiple Sportscaster of the Year awards, induction into 2 Sportscasters Halls of Fame, and an Emmy Award. And for many, Keith Jackson was the soundtrack to college football Saturdays.
With one of the best Patriots offenses ever, the game plan is simple. 1, if by land. 2, if by air. The playoff picture is coming together. Watch it unfold. NFL going to the Hall of Fame. The stage is set in Music City. Watch out. Will the Titans carry a tune when the curtains rise? Next. The playoff picture is coming together. Watch it unfold.
The NFL Today on CBS Sports is presented by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency.
On CBS Thursday, January 25th, your favorite NFL players will showcase their best talents off the field, from singing and dancing to having their pets' dogs, that is, do tricks. Watch and vote live to decide who really is the MVP. That would be most valuable performer. A new special, CBS Thursday, January 25th. And speaking of MVPs, there he is, Tom Brady. He'll be looking to add to his incredible postseason accolades tonight, including his 6-1 record all-time against Tennessee and his 6-0 career mark against Mike Mularkey coached teams. And Brady will be relying heavily upon his do-everything teammate, Mr. Dion Lewis. No one has worked harder to get to where he is right now, and no Patriot takes Coach Bill Belichick's mantra more to heart than Lewis.
How can I do my job better?
Just do our job. Do your job well.
See everybody to do their job.
I'm Deion Lewis. I play for the Patriots, and my job is to protect the ball and make plays.
Deion Lewis!
He is some kind of weapon.
The main thing about carrying the ball is make sure I protect it, make sure I put the team in positive positions, make guys miss. Catching the ball is definitely important, and the more you can do, the more you can stay on the field, so I definitely take pride in being able to catch the ball and block as well.
Breaking free again, touchdown!
Pass protection is key. That's the most important part of being a running back in this offense. You got to be able to protect. You got to know the protection schemes. Blocking is just a will. You got to want to do it. It's about heart. When you return the kicks, you know, it's fun.
He's taken off.
Once you break through that first level, everything just pretty much goes quiet for me. I just look at the end zone and hope that I don't get caught.
Wire to wire! Touchdown, Patriots!
After the games, I just hope that I'm not one of those guys on the film getting chewed out. We see the red laser after the game. It's never a good thing, but it's always a teaching moment for not only yourself, but the whole team. Nobody's too big to not get criticized for messing up. But when that laser comes out and he points you out, you just got to eat it and learn from it. My career has been crazy. I've been on several teams. I got drafted by the Eagles. Then I was traded to the Browns. I was cut by the Browns. Then I was with the coach for a week, and then they cut me, and then I'm here. No other place I'd rather be than here. I don't think I ever arrived. I mean, the compliments are great. And my game to another level. These are the moments that you've been waiting for your whole life since you were a kid, playing in playoff games. This is why you started playing football. I'm doing what I love to do, and this is what I've always wanted to do since I was 6 years old. I'm going to do it as long as I can. I love my job.
And that takes us to the NFL Today Insight Center presented by IBM, which is focused on none other than Deion Lewis and his impact on the Patriots' success. Matter of fact, when he starts at running back, New England is a perfect 21-0, and even better, when he plays on 30% or more of the team's offensive snaps, they're 22-0. Without a doubt, one of the key cogs in the Patriots' high-powered offense.
But I'd start him tonight then. You know, how about you? They're perfect with him, so let him play some more. You know, let's talk about Deion Lewis. He's a big man who happens just to be short. He can run the football inside and outside, and why they love him in the offense is because when he's in there, you don't know if it's run or pass because he's an excellent receiver out of the backfield and can go outside. The biggest thing they do, Boomer, they love to run outside with Deion Lewis. Why? It stretches the defense from sideline to sideline, and then when Tom Brady makes that fake, there's a lot of space to throw to, and it's one of the ways they get their big plays.
You know, JB, it starts with Tom Brady. It then goes to Josh McDaniels. And then it gets to Rob Gronkowski. And Rob Gronkowski is basically uncoverable. And then when you think about the way that they deploy all of these different weapons, all of these different types of players, Chris Hogan will be active again tonight for the Patriots. You know, they don't have Julian Edelman this year. Last year, they didn't have Rob Gronkowski. They had Martellus Bennett. Somehow, Brady makes it all work. And guys like Deion Lewis and James White, who will play tonight for the New England Patriots, are really so smart at the way that they play football, and it's the kind of player that they look for, and that's why this guy right here, to me, is the difference maker.
And I would say this, you just mentioned all those guys. One thing I would not do if I was a Tennessee defense, I would not try to play all those guys man-to-man.
You can't.
Big trouble.
Just like all the ads in New York City and New Jersey, you guys look awfully sharp. Looking good. Hey, on the other side of the field, the Titans' Marcus Mariota sparked a furious second-half comeback against the Chiefs in the AFC wildcard by doing just a little bit of everything to help his team celebrate a win.
First possession of the second half, trailing by 18. Titans trying to draw closer. Look at here, man. That's what it's about. Mariota looking for somewhere to go. First lane, it's knocked down and caught by Mariota. Oh my goodness! Marcus Mariota just threw and caught a touchdown pass. Just like they drew it up. Henry, a lot of room. 30, 20, 10, end zone. Mariota throws down the middle. There's Decker. Touchdown! Titans. There is shock in KC. The biggest play of the game so far. Mariota in the gun. He gives it to Henry around left end. Mariota gives him a block. Henry's got the first down. And how about the block by the quarterback? That is going to ice it for the Tennessee Titans. And the Titans are moving on. If I'd have told you that was coming at halftime, you probably wouldn't have believed me.
Now, Marcus Mariota, he has 4 fourth-quarter comebacks that led the NFL, 5 game-winning drives this season, coaching. And we're familiar with those late-game heroics. But what I want you to do is peel back the layers of that offense so people can understand that the Pats, they really need to be worried about the three-headed monster.
And it really does start right now in the backfield with Derrick Henry. Still kind of right here, Nate. You talk about a downhill runner. When he is behind Mariota in his shotgun, you got to play run and play action. So right there, he's going to be back up here. He's a downhill runner. You see him going downhill. He's got great vision. He's got great balance. He can break tackles, and he's constantly falling forward. Now you're going to see him up here. What? He's even with the quarterback. Now I don't eliminate run. I play action. And who do you look for? Delaney Walker. You can see the matchup tonight, maybe against Patrick Chung, a matchup we should look for. But you can see right here, Mariota, you get the running game going. It gets the play action going. But the thing you have to do is you have to do what? Extend drives, extend plays. And how you do that with Marcus Mariota, with his feet. A big part of this success tonight for Tennessee is the feet of Marcus Mariota, being able to take the third downs, if they play man-to-man, to be able to keep the drives going. And I'll just say this to you, Matt, right here, Nate.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry, Marcus Mariota, Delaney Walker. Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans. I like that. So you're talking about the power of Derrick Henry and Mariota and also Delaney Walker. And we just went final in Philadelphia. Philly, the Eagles, they win 15-10 over Atlanta. The Philadelphia Eagles are moving on, but check this out. Tom Brady's 40 years old. Marcus Mariota, he's 24, the largest age between 2 postseason quarterbacks. Listen, age is just mind over matter. If you don't mind, then it don't matter.
The NFL Today is sponsored by Jersey Mike Subs. Be a sub above. Verizon, the most awarded network ever. And by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency.
The Tennessee Titans invited Travis Vann, a 26-year-old fan with Down syndrome, and his family to attend their Week 17 game with special access to the squad. He also received the number 84 Corey Davis jersey, along with a visit and a signed football by Marcus Mariota. And folks, you won't want to miss this. On February 4th, America's game welcomes a global superstar. Now he'd take the biggest stage of all, the Pepsi Super Bowl halftime show featuring Justin Timberlake. To follow Justin on his journey to the world's biggest stage, visit PepsiHalftime.com. And that takes us inside the pregame HQ delivered by Domino's. The NFC Divisional Playoff game in Philadelphia between the Falcons and the top-seeded Eagles is a final.
And what a game it was, guys. Nick Foles, 23 of 30, 246 yards. But how about this? 4th and goal, game on the line. And it is Matt Ryan looking for Julio Jones. He slips and falls, gets back up. Ball goes right through his hands. The Philadelphia Eagles hold on. They held the Atlanta offense to 281 total yards. And they will host the winner of tomorrow's game between the Saints and the Vikings in the NFC Championship game.
Bill Cowher talked about that Eagles defense being the key all season long, certainly to this win tonight. And moments ago, Jamie Erdahl caught up with Philly defensive end Brandon Graham.
Brandon, an unbelievable finish here in Philadelphia. Will you walk us through that last drive and your ability to stop the Falcons on the goal line?
You know, we just knew we had to buckle down. We was like, look, we the best in the red zone. Let's prove it right now. And, you know, that last play, we knew it was a sprint. Everybody was on their man, and it was all about who was going to make a play at the end. And I'm just so happy that it was on us, and we did it.
Matt Ryan was connecting well until halftime. What changed? What was the adjustment there to affect him so much in the second half?
Just keep doing what we do, and you know, just not stray away from the technical part as far as our technique. And you know, they just wanted to try to take the D-line out the game, and you know, we was just able to start making plays toward the second half. And you know, I'm just happy these boys stayed together.
This team has been through so much this year. When you watch the offense do what they did today to pull this one out, what does it mean to be one win away from a Super Bowl appearance?
It feels so great right now, just to be one step away from, you know, where we want to be. That's the Super Bowl, and then, you know, we'll worry about that once we get through that. And I'm just happy that our team is resilient, and, you know, we stay together. And like I say, everybody against us, and that's cool because we just proved them wrong.
Thank you, Brandon. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, Boomer just underscored it. A look at the updated NFC playoff picture has the Eagles advancing to play in next Sunday's NFC Championship game, where they will host the winner of tomorrow's divisional playoff between the Saints and the Vikings.
I think you talked about that defense of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you talked about Brandon Graham, what he did, but also Fletcher Cox and Tim Jernigan in the middle of that defense. They were all over and in the backfield of the Atlanta Falcons. And Nick Foles, I'll say this, as the game going on, the nervousness seemed to dissipate, and he kind of got more comfortable. And they started running plays that he felt comfortable running. He played a very solid game.
Yeah, I love that, because for everybody that questioned Nick Foles and thought it was Foles gold, he actually played well, 23 for 30, and it was all hands on deck. There were 8 different guys that got their hands on the ball that accounted for that 246 yards. You can improve upon that. Great win by the Philadelphia Eagles.
281 total yards for that Atlanta offense. I agree with you guys. It's defense, and as long as you don't turn the ball over, Nick Foles, and you're playing in your building with that fan base and that defense, you have a chance to win, and that's exactly what happened today.
Nick Foles threw the ball very well in the second half, and I'll say this about the Eagles. They found a way to win. Not a lot went right for them today when you really pay attention to the game. They fumbled the football. They missed a lot of tackles they usually don't miss. They missed some big plays Nick Foles did early in the game, and they dropped interceptions. So what a way to find a way to gut it out and get a win.
Can I tell you, I love it when players prove the critics wrong as they were blasting Nick Foles.
Nick Foles, yeah, no chance.
Please, you know, energy and emotion plays a big part in this as well. All right, folks. Meanwhile, the Jags and Steelers will also meet tomorrow in the other AFC Divisional playoff. Our coach, Cowher, went to Pittsburgh and sat down with his former QB to ask him about his message to the team and if this is his last run. Here's a taste.
When I talked to this team on Sunday for our prayer, I'll say that this could be the last time that this team, as is in this locker room together, whether it's through trades, all the things that happen in off season. Don't let it be the last time. If you value what we have, don't let it be the last time, because when you have something as special as what we have, you don't want it to end.
With what you have in front of you, this offensive line, this group of weapons, there's a lot more football left in Ben Roethlisberger. Is there not?
Love that. Hey, catch the entire interview with Big Ben and his teammates tomorrow at noon Eastern on the NFL Today. I knew he wasn't going to lollygag reviews.
You know, they revealed a lot, and there's a big resolve in that building. And not only just on the offensive side, you know, Ben threw the 5 interceptions, but that defense gave up over 230 yards rushing last time, and they did not forget that either.
You know, Big Ben looks at himself as a Hall of Famer, rightfully so. We look at him as such, but the Jacksonville Jaguars don't. They picked that guy off, and they're looking forward to doing that again.
What we've seen the last couple of weeks has really been a lot of defense, and that's what the Jags are all about. They're all about defense. But how about Leonard Fournette when he lowers his shoulder and all says, "Come on, man, come get a piece of this." I'll tell you, the Jaguars will be revved up and ready to go tomorrow. It's going to be quite the game.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch Antonio Brown go against Jalen Ramsey tomorrow. That's going to be a great matchup. But every time I see Ben Roethlisberger, I see the way he acts and things he says, and I go, Bill Cowher trained him, so that's why he's doing that way.
Well, speaking about someone I trained, how about James Harrison? He's been playing for the New England Patriots tonight. He had 2 sacks his last game. 39 years old, the all-time sack leader for the Pittsburgh Steelers, now in a New England Patriot uniform. 92 looks good.
Wow. Just one more. Brady delivers in the clutch. Let's go. Gronkowski. Incredible. Still going. Can you believe this? This place is rocking right now.
Well, Robert Kraft is hoping that the dynasty will continue. As a matter of fact, we'll find out in just a few moments as Patriots Chairman and CEO Robert Kraft getting his team fired up for their AFC Divisional showdown against the Titans. And check out just how impressive this run has been. The Patriots have the longest active streak of playoff appearances at 9. They've won 9 straight division titles, played in 6 consecutive conference championship games, and are going for number 7 tonight. And with that, you have all picked the Patriots to be victorious. So the question is, how do the Titans win this?
Well, there's a lot of ways. You know, well, one way that I think the Tennessee Titans could win is their defensive line. You look at Jarrell Casey. When the New England Patriots have struggled to protect Tom Brady, it's been the interior of their offensive line. Jarrell Casey, Austin Johnson inside, Sylvester Williams, all are good power guys. Make sure you push the pocket, stay in front of Tom Brady, don't let him step up, and don't let him escape.
And we remember the Houston Texan game from last year in the playoffs in this round because they actually put pressure in the middle of the pocket and gave a lot of problems to Tom Brady. The other guy I was saying X factor is Adoree Jackson. Adoree Jackson is a defensive corner rookie for the Tennessee Titans who also returns kicks. They're going to need some big explosive plays some way. And I think when you're looking from New England standpoint, the one guy I would look at, Chris Hogan.
Yeah.
Play action pass. He's back in the lineup. Look for him for the deep balls.
My X factor, Kevin Byard, the safety for Tennessee, had 10 takeaways that led to NFL. 8 of those were interceptions. But I'll give my final thought. Titan, by definition, is one that stands out of gigantic size or power, one that stands out for greatness of achievement. Tennessee, more now than ever, on this night, on this game, live up to that name.
You know what? There was a Music City Miracle once. They're going to need another one.
Yeah.
If they're going to want to win this game tonight, take a look at some of the numbers that Tom Brady has accomplished in his career as a quarterback of the New England Patriots. It's ridiculous. These are his home playoff games, 17-3, virtually unbeatable there. 40 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. You know, they're built for this. He's built for this. And you can say whatever you want about being 40 years old, what's going on up there between he, Kraft, and Belichick.
Right.
Whether or not they're going to lose McDaniels and Patricia, he is the constant. He is the one guy when you get on the football field, he is about as incredibly competitive as there's ever been at quarterback. And I think that he and Peyton Manning, the two players that really elevated our position, Phil, they really did. I mean, mentally, preparation-wise, leadership-wise, everything that you want. Now, the one thing I will say for the Tennessee Titans, what you saw from them last week at Kansas City was that powerful offensive line took over the second half from a depleted defensive line of the Kansas City Chiefs. With no Allen Branch in the middle for the New England Patriots, that's a place where you can try to exploit by running the ball and keeping the ball away from Tom Brady and his offense.
Especially the left side of the offensive line. And, you know, just to turn it around a little bit, what worries me about Tennessee, the New England defensive backs, that is a tremendous group of DBs and safeties. Can they find a way to get open?
You know, I think you're talking about giving him bump and run. Dick LeBeau will play bump and run on the outside. I think the big thing I want to look at is how are you going to defend Rob Gronkowski?
Yeah.
Saw the Steelers try to put a safety on him. That didn't work. It's going to take two people.
Yeah.
And what we're going to watch tonight is see what the game plan may be in terms of trying to defend probably the best tight end and the #1 weapon for Tom Brady in big games, and that being Rob Gronkowski.
And Tennessee, do not panic. For 4 quarters, stick to your game plan. Lean on the legs of your superstar. Marcus Mariota, you go through your reads. If you don't have it, you use those legs. Derrick Henry, who you were last week in that wild card game, putting the team on your back. If you want to beat the Patriots, we all know you got to keep that superstar, the Hall of Famer, the GOAT, Tom Brady on the sideline.
Let me coattail off of the young Denzel Washington down here. I won't be as good in the wordsmithing. But, Coach, understandably, we give New England all the due credit. They've earned it, and I continue to say in an era of design parity, they have been the dynasty. But I loved what I saw with Tennessee. They can talk all they want, those critics, about Mike Mularkey. Those guys responded to him last week and got it done.
Mike Mularkey believes in a physicality approach to the game. And the one thing he said, and the last things he said on the text he said to me, they don't know us. And that was what he was thinking. They don't know us. And so I'm just saying to you, maybe no one in America thinks they can win this game. But I tell you what, there's 53 guys in that locker room right now and coaching staff that are going to come out there and say, you know what, you've never played us before. But you know what, is it going to be enough? Do they have enough playmakers and big plays to make points?
I don't know. But I know this. Drop more guys in coverage, which I was saying at the beginning of the show. Drop more guys back in coverage so we can hit Rob Gronkowski at the line of scrimmage.
Right.
Take him away from the Patriots.
Right.
If they do that, that gives them a really good chance for this episode.
I love the fact that they're saying they don't know us. Well, you don't know them. And the problem is you're playing at Gillette Stadium, something that you've never done before.
Right.
And you said about Marcus Mariota, you know, what a great kid. He's a high-character kid. Everybody loves him. This is really a daunting task. Just don't turn the football over if you want a chance to win.
And I look at him as such. He is a kid, but this is where kids turn the men right here. Taking down Tom Brady could be labeled as the legend killer.
They don't know us.
Folks, it is game time. AFC Divisional playoff. It'll be the Titans and the Patriots coming up next.
They don't know the Patriots.